Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode of The Grandstand here on the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I am, as always, your host, AR the Ohio Patriot. And for today's episode, we're going to talk about the little fucking shit stain who tried to commit a synagogue attack in my literal home county about 10 to 15 minutes from my house, and why this little fucker needs to be charged federally with federal felonies as well as state-level felonies, not the misdemeanor charges he's getting charged right now. So, yeah, I just heard about this about probably like an hour ago, give or take. I was watching NEA's cast tonight, and he mentioned something about a 13-year-old here in Ohio, and I'm like, wait, what? And, yeah, I hadn't heard about this until literally tonight, and then I went on and looked it up, and, yeah, right here in fucking downtown Canton, about 10 minutes from my house, give or take. Maybe 15, actually. Probably closer to 15, actually. But, yeah, like, it's ridiculous, dude. And, of course, they're not naming the kid's fucking name. They're not giving the kid's fucking race is what it is there, which is not surprising, honestly, because he's a minor. The thing I do know about Canton is it is a very ghetto shithole. And I would not be least surprised if this is a black Hebrew Israelite, for that matter, dude, who was pulling this shit. Because a lot of those people that follow that King James Bible black Hebrew Israelite bullshit is what it is, tend to hate Jewish people. They tend to be very anti-Semitic is what it is. So I wouldn't be least surprised by that, honestly. I'm not saying that's what this was, but, I mean, it could be. You don't know. Interestingly, though, from the different articles I was reading here a couple minutes ago, and I'll read here on camera what it is, it seems like it was Discord itself that actually saw the stuff in their site and was like, hey, this ain't cool. So, then again, it could have been a user, too, for that matter, that saw the shit on one of the Discords and been like, whoa, bro, that's not okay. Which kind of makes me wonder, too, as well. It's like, was this just the latest MK Ultra kid, honestly? Just like that motherfucker that did the top supermarket shooting and stuff like that about a year, was it a year or two ago now? So, since that kid was all fat-handled and stuff like that, or is this just one of the things we've seen many times over where you have a bunch of teens and, preteens and stuff like that who were put into lockdown and psychological torture in 2020, and we're just seeing the literal rise of the Mexican Joker at this point, which I think this is very much what this is, honestly. And, you got to be aware of the Mexican Joker, man. Seriously. But no, for real, though. Like, this could be that, honestly. I mean, you think about it, right? Like, if this kid is 13, maybe 14 now, going on 14, I'm guessing, honestly. So he was like 10 or 11 during the 2020 lockdowns. You can't tell me that doesn't do psychological harm to someone, dude. Forced masking, everything else like that. And, of course, you have people, being so anti-Semitic and stuff like that everywhere. It makes logical sense for them to try to blame Jewish people is what it is across the board. Even though baseline Jewish people had nothing to do with this, man. Like, there's a huge difference between that, obviously, and the Soros types of the world, the Bilderberg types of the world and stuff like that, dude. The globalists is what they are, honestly. There are other names for them, obviously, too, but that's the best one I could actually use here on YouTube without getting channel striked. Because the other ones start with Z's and end with TS's. So, anyway, which is what Bilderberg and company actually are, is what it is there. And they're the only ones that are those things. So, but yeah, anyway, so we got a couple stories here. We got the local 19 Action News affiliate here from, I believe this was yesterday. Says 13-year-old charged after allegedly planning mass shooting at Canton Synagogue. And then we got, where's that here now? We got this ABC affiliate, or ABC News one here from today, which was Discord tips off FBI to 13-year-old synagogue mass shooting plot. And then we had a NBC one here as well that said, where's it here now? Yeah, it was a 13-year-old boy accused of planning mass shooting in Ohio synagogue. Suspect allegedly made a detailed plan to shoot members of Temple Israel in the city of Canton, south of Akron. I think I know exactly where that place is, too, if I'm not mistaken. Like, I think I passed it several times going into downtown is what it is there. Because it's on, like, the outskirts or whatever there. So, yeah, just fucking crazy, man. And what pisses me off the most about this whole thing, honestly, legitimately, is going back to the first article, the 19 Action News one. You have them talk about the whole thing here. and how this kid's only getting 2 misdemeanor charges levied against him right now. And it's like, first off, how the fuck is felony terrorism not in this immediately, dude? Like, you're literally planning a fucking massacre in this country. How the fuck are you not going to charge this little piece of shit with fucking felony terrorism, dude? You know, and even going back 4 years to my own fucking, you know, interactions with the feds and stuff, dude. What they were trying to charge me with was fucking threatening presidential candidates. That was fucking felonies. If they could have got me on that shit. So, like, how the fuck are you not going to charge this little piece of shit when he had a fuck... And I'm not saying just him either, for that matter. I'm saying look into the possible shit between the parents, too, for that matter. Or the parent, whatever it is in that situation. Could be a single mother. Could be a single father. Could be double parent household. Who the fuck knows? But yeah, look into the parents of this fucking kid. And possibly charge their asses, too. Or whoever the fuck else adult is in his life that was pushing this fucking ideology on his ass then. Because apparently, I guess this whole thing actually apparently happened like way before October 7th attacks there in Israel. It was back in September this apparently was found out about. And it's just now coming to light because they're just not going to trial here in the next few days. It'll be here. So, but yeah, we'll talk about the whole thing here. You know, we got Stark County, Ohio, a 13-year-old Stark County teen. I'm not going to call him, he's not a fucking boy, he's a fucking teenager. Teenage male. Has been charged with inducing panic and disorderly conduct after making threats towards a Canton synagogue on an online platform being Discord. It says, according to court documents, the teen posted plans to complete a mass shooting at Temple Israel on Discord. So the threat was reported to Stark County Sheriff's Office, who continues to investigate the incident. Stark County authorities were required to notify any individuals, agencies, and schools involved, causing a, quote, significant public alarm within these agencies. So 19 Action News reached out to a rabbi at Temple Israel who made no comment, as a pending investigation involves a minor. Said the teen is set to appear in Stark County Family Court on December 20th for a pretrial hearing based on misdemeanor charges. According to FBI, instances of hate crimes in the U.S. increased 7% between 2021 and 2022. I love how they don't say what race increase those hate crimes, because if you look who it actually is, there's a lot of blacks that have done that shit, honestly. Specifically, a lot of black Hebrew Israelites in this country have been the increase of that stuff, not to mention all the other minorities in this nation. A lot of followers of cult of Islam have done that increase as well, for that matter. So during 2022, FBI said hate crimes involving race, ethnicity, ancestry, and religion made up 69.13% of all offenses. Yeah, and how many of those were anti-white racist hate crimes, dude? A fuck ton of them. So, anyway. So you got that one. Then we got the other one here from NBC. We'll read this one next, because I believe this one talked about the actual thing here, and then we'll talk about the ABC one last, and then we'll discuss the whole thing overall. Okay, said 13-year-old has been arrested and accused of planning a mass shooting at synagogue in Ohio. Court documents show suspect, who cannot be named for legal reasons, is charged with inducing panic and disorderly conduct with misdemeanors. They need to be fucking felonies, by the way, at this point. So for allegedly making a detailed plan to shoot members of Temple Israel in the city of Canton. So he is accused of sharing his plan on the online chat forum Discord. I love how NBC phrases this, which has been used by previous mass shooters to discuss their plans and in some instances their extremist ideologies before their attack was executed. And let me guess. As soon as I click on this extremist ideology thing, it's going to be talking about the Great Replacement theory. Ha! Called it. Fucking told you so. Told you so. It's exactly what it was, dude. Which, by the way, is not a theory, it's fucking fact. When you have people being mass imported in this country through open borders, it's 100% a takeover thing, dude, is what it is. Anyways, a suspect detailed plan to complete mass shooting at Temple Israel was reported to law enforcement and required an immediate investigation response. Said Stark County Family Court hearing, court filing submitted to Stark County Sheriff's Office. Said Sheriff's Office learned of a plot on September 1st and notified the school system, which caused significant public alarm within those agencies. So although his arrest was before the ongoing war between Israel and Palestine Hamas group, on October 7th, the charges come amid increased anti-Semitic attacks in the U.S., as well as increase in anti-Muslim violence. First of all, Muslims aren't a race, it's a religion. And secondly, Islam is a fucking cult, period. Fuck you, NBC. Said ADL of Cleveland said in a post on social media, Platform X that it was horrified by the news and thanked law enforcement officials for their thorough investigation. Fuck the goddamn ADL, dude. Just like the ACLU, they're owned by fucking Soros. Yeah, it says, for young people like this suspect, we hope you can be a teachable moment. Hate and threats on social media, as in real life, cannot and will not be tolerated. Well, obviously they will be douchebags. Because you motherfucker... I love to... Okay, I'm going to put the shot right now, by the way, for the ADL and stuff like that, dude. These are the same cocksuckers, by the way, who are actively fucking funding the pro-Hamas fucking Palestinian bullshit fucking marches every goddamn weekend here, dude. You want to talk about fueling hate, ADL? Why don't you stop fucking funding that shit, assholes? Why don't you stop fucking funding Islam, period? And call their fucking bullshit out. Call their fucking literal attacks on Jewish people out for what the fuck they are at that point, dude. Or for that matter, Christians, which they've been attacking for over a decade, by the way. Way before all this shit happened on October 7th here. Between Israel and Palestine. But no, you're not going to do that. Because you're a bunch of scumbags, dude. Anyway. Going back to the rest of this. It said, suspect appeared in pretrial hearing November 20th and is due to face full trial on December 20th. NBC News contacted Boyd's legal representative for comment, but had not received response from the publication. A man was federally charged in connection with shots fired outside a synagogue in Albany, New York last week. Said earlier this week, a Jewish couple described being attacked as they made their way to their local synagogue in Beverly Hills, California on Saturday. Suspect was charged with multiple felony counts and could face life imprisonment. Okay, so see right there. Okay, so you're charging an adult in California with multiple felonies, including like hate crime stuff is what it is there. And probably terrorism, shit like that's what it is then. Why the fuck are you not going to do the same to this teenager, dude? Like, it blows my mind, honestly. This kid, if he had been successful, would have mass murdered a shitload of people, dude. Like, how the fuck is that not felony terrorism immediately, dude? It just flabbergasts me. It really does, honestly. Just totally mind-boggling. And then we got the ABC News here, which says, Discord tips off FBI to 13-year-old synagogue mass shooting plot. Said Discord detected, removed, and reported the user, which led to the arrest. Said 13-year-old teen from Ohio has been charged in connection with a plot to commit mass shooting in a synagogue in September after he allegedly made detailed threats on Discord, a message platform among gamers, according to court documents. Individual who is only identified by his initials JR in the criminal complaint due to his age has been charged in Stark County Juvenile Court with inducing panic and disorderly conduct, both misdemeanor charges. Says teen reportedly used Discord, was reported by Discord to law enforcement in early September after he created, quote, a detailed plan to complete a mass shooting at Temple Israel in Canton, Ohio. So the report initiated the investigation that led to the suspect's arrest, according to police and company. So Discord's counter-extremism analysis proactively detected, removed, and reported the user to FBI's National Threat Operations Center, or NTOC, I think that's how would that be called then. Okay, so it was actually Discord then itself. Which is what led to the user's arrest. We have zero tolerance policy against hate and violent extremism, and when we see it, we take immediate action. It is top priority for Discord to ensure a safe experience for users. John Redgrove, Discord's vice president of trust and safety, said in a statement to ABC News, said suspect school system was also notified of the plan according to court documents. Teen has not yet entered a plea. Suspect's lawyer listed on court documents did not immediately respond to comments from ABC on Thursday. Oh yeah, dude, I know exactly where that fucking place is. I literally have driven by that place a bunch of times. Jesus. Oh my god, man. So yeah, I know exactly where that is in downtown Canton. I'm not gonna say exactly how far it is from my house though, obviously, because you could give a backtrack to my house and if that be the case potentially. So anyway. So spokesperson for Stark County, Ohio Prosecutor's Office confirmed to ABC News a minor was arrested in September. Can confirm 13-year-old was charged with inducing panic and disorderly conduct. Should have also been charged with felony terrorism, by the way. Involved in making threats made during an online discussion. Spokesman Christine A. Turner said, pending an open investigation, we were unable to provide any further details at the time. The incident happened weeks before the attack on Israel-Hamas war started, which sparked an increase in Israel attacks in the U.S., or attacks on Jews in the U.S. It said weeks before the start of the Israel-Hamas war, which sparked increased incidents of anti-Semitism. Online platform Discord tipped off the FBI to a teen in one of its open spaces had discussed shooting up a Jewish temple in Ohio. It said Rabbi David, I don't want to butcher this guy's name, but I'm going to try my best. Kromafsky? I don't even know, man. Let's just say David Coe and be done with it there, man. Temple Israel told ABC News he would not confirm or to comment on the case because it involved a minor. So, yeah. It's just ridiculous, dude, entirely. This shit fucking pisses me off, bro. It really does. Like, the fact that I'm just, like, seriously, the fact that this happened, like, over 3 months ago and I'm just now hearing about it being, like, legitimately, like, 15 minutes from me. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, it just, oh my God, man. And people wonder, by the way, people wonder why the fuck I carry everywhere I go in downtown Canton. Shit like this is fucking why, people. You know what stops a bad guy with a gun? A fucking good guy with a fucking gun. Specifically, this guy right here. Good guy with a gun. So, anyway. Yeah, it's, oh my God, man. Fucking nuts, like I said. And who's to say what caused it, honestly? It could have been a bunch of things, dude, honestly. Like I said, it could have been caused from the lockdowns a couple years ago. It could have been giving a bunch of these kids psychological trauma. Could have literally created an entire generation of literal Mexican jokers is what it is, dude. Which would make so much more sense now, honestly. And I believe I've said that for about a year or so now, actually, or more even, about the whole Mexican joker theory and stuff like that from South Park. Because when you look at that, like you look at that meme where it actually came from that South Park episode is what it was. The entire point of the actual, like, joke there was that you had a bunch of government scaring the shit out of a bunch of kids and then literally creating the thing that they were trying to stop is what it is. And I feel like that's exactly what this is in many cases here is what it is, though. So, and again, you know what this proves to me, honestly? This is just another example of exactly why we don't need red flag laws in this country. Because Ohio does not have red flag laws on our books, and guess what? They still caught the kid, still stopped the fucking kid from doing this shit, man. But yeah, it's just, oh my God, oh man. It bothers me a lot. That's what I'm saying on it, man. It really does. It infuriates me is what it does, honestly. Because again, it goes to show, like, just how close this shit could be, honestly. And I had no fucking idea. So, anyway. Yeah, it's fucking nuts, man. Oh, can't show that one. There's a video there that was showing this dude how he was gonna basically, he was trying to blow up Tana, right, or whatever, and obviously him and the cameraman were both way, way too fucking close, and I'll leave it at that, basically. I don't think that cameraman's with us anymore, is what it is, man, so I'm not gonna bother showing that one. So, anyway. Ugh. This guy was talking about making dehydrated omelet bites, which were egg, onion, and potato together. And apparently they weren't done dehydrating after 10 hours. And I'm like, why the fuck would you make something like that, dude? That's just nasty. Yeah, it's just disgusting. It even looks gross, honestly. Like, just Yeah, just because you can hydrate something doesn't mean you should, honestly, is what it is. So there's a reason why dehydration is mostly for like fruit and shit. And like fruit leather and stuff like that would be then. So I actually found out something interesting going on that for a second here. Apparently you can take any kind of almost bad fruit where it's like starting to turn and stuff like that and actually cut it up, blend it up, and turn it into fruit leather. So I'm gonna have to try that at some point here. I just need to find the blender is what it is. I know we have one in the house here. I just don't know exactly where it's at right now. So anyway, but yeah, like I said though, this shit with this synagogue, dude, it really just infuriates the shit on me. And again, why would this teen choose a place like this? Oh yeah, that's right. Thanks to the Gun-Free School Zones Act of 1990, something fuckhead Biden was the primary sponsor of back in 1990. It has now created other gun-free zones, such as Jewish synagogues, such as Christian churches, etc., where you're supposed to disarm before you go into them, literally creating soft target kill zones. And that's exactly why these places need to be hardened. That's exactly why they need to have not only armed staff on site, but in states here like Ohio, where we have constitutional carry, it should not fucking matter if I'm armed or not in the fucking place. Dude, I'm going to be armed anyway. Fuck you. I'm not going to put my life in your fucking hands if you're not going to provide me security, dude. I'm taking care of my own shit in that place. That'll be the case. Fuck you off. It's as simple as that, really. If you got a problem with that, you can go fuck yourself. And if you ask me to leave, okay, I'll leave, and then I'll see the shit out of you for fucking making me leave the fucking place where I'm trying to worship is what it is, asshole. Under First Amendment rights violations then. So, anyway. But yeah. It's fucking wild, man. Crazy, crazy shit, dude. Just nuts. Just nuts. Actually, since we're on the whole talk of anti-Semitism here for a minute and the rise in it in this country, we got this one from Gateway Pundit. Elaine Stefanski and other Republicans now calling for Harvard to be stripped of billions of dollars in federal funds because they won't fire this piece of shit woman as their president. Not to mention that you actually had a bunch of the lead staff people there of like the board of trustees and stuff like that for Harvard basically backing this piece of shit here is what it is. We're being anti-Semite super cunt. So, yeah, it's just disgusting, dude. Well, but here's my problem entirely, dude. Why the fuck is Harvard getting billions of dollars in federal funds, many of which are taxpayer-funded things, dude? Most likely taxpayer-funded scholarships would be my guess, honestly, on that case. Like, none of these fucking places people get that shit, dude. You want to know exactly why places like Harvard cost like $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 a year for fucking tuition, whatever the hell it is there? Because of shit like that, dude. It's like the same thing with any college now, where you got like colleges that are like tens of thousands, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 for a tuition a year is what it is there. For like a state university or whatever. It's fucking insane, bro. Even like college campuses and stuff like that is still like several $1,000s a quarter and stuff like that. I know that for a fact. That's what I went to, is what it was back in the day. I think it was like $1,500, $1,600 a fucking quarter for me to go there, man, is what it was. And what's even more fucked up is after having my funding cut on that whole thing, because I failed one course at the fucking school is what it was there. And then being told I got to pay the shit back or basically basically put me in catch-22 is what it was back then. To where it's like, oh, you can improve your grades, but you have to basically pay for your own fucking, couple classes to do so is what it is now. Meanwhile, every fucking dollar I had coming in at the time was coming through that specific grant money for tuition that also happened to pay my rent and everything else like that and my food bills, which didn't even cover that, by the way. I realized after the fact. That's why I was like almost $20,000 in credit card debt then after that, because I was putting things on credit cards when I didn't need to be, because I didn't realize how little I was actually getting in fucking financial aid is what it was there. And yeah, as of today, right now, I owe like, with all the bullshit taxation and fucking garbage ass interest rates and stuff like that, I now owe like $16,000 or $17,000 more than I initially took out, which was all less than $10,000. So I'm like $26,000, $27,000 in college loan debt right now, when I initially got like less than 10 grand. It's bullshit entirely, dude. Which brings up something I actually tweeted earlier today on X, which was about how the whole college loan debt and stuff like that you had going on, and it was basically the Wall Street Bets people there or whatever were discussing it, and they were talking about how you have, let me go and pull up right now real quick here. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about here. Yeah, it was where's it at here now? Yeah, here we go. Doom debt. It was this video of all these people talking about doom debt, and it was as they pointed out here, it says, this is what they call doom debt. This is a common discussion among people in their 20s and 30s these days. They simply aren't planning to pay their student loan debt. They don't care if their credit is ruined because they are never going to be able to afford a house anyway. So the attitude now is just ignore it and live for today. The entire system is fucked, so why bother caring? From their perspective, it sort of makes sense, and don't blame them. Oh, 100% makes sense, dude. And again, like I've said before, dude, like, we are so close to a civil war in this country, or like a revolution event or something like that, dude. Like, why the fuck would I ever even think about paying back student loan debt right now? Instead of taking a little bit of money I actually do have and prepping, you know, putting it into things like a tactical backpack, like some guns, like some ammo, like some mags, etc. A little bit of food storage maybe here and there. So, yeah. Anyway, then actually, speaking of anti stuff here, actually, we got another one. You had dipshit Biden and company put out some fucking dipshit ass video for Christmas there, which apparently that particular video just happened to involve a dance trope in Joe Biden's wacko Christmas video, promotes abolition of police and prisons and educating about white privilege and white fragility. So they're a little anti-white racist is what it is, dude. Then, of course, you got this one here. Satanic statue in Iowa Capitol gets destroyed by Christian veteran. Good. That's what I got to say to that shit. And, of course, you had that moron Sticks and Hammer 666 talking about, like, oh, in a real republic, they would be able to worship Satan. Fuck you, Sticks. Like, seriously, that's what I'm going to say to you, bro. Fuck you, Sticks. Tell me any goddamn place, bro, in the fucking U.S. Constitution. Sorry, trying to find my pocket. In the U.S. Constitution, motherfucker, which I have right here in my hand, where it says anything about Satan worship being considered a fucking religion. It's not, jackass. It's only demonic evil. It's exactly the good and evil that we've talked about many times on this channel that we're fighting against currently. And that's the entire point. We are literally in a battle of good and evil. Evil is trying to win, and thank God you have good people doing shit like this and being like, no, fuck your Satanist statue. Let's decapitate this bullshit here is what it is, dude. And that's exactly what that guy did in that thing there in Iowa. Yeah, as I said here, it was, let's go read this here. Yes, Republican Sentinel has reported a Christian veteran has beheaded the controversial Satanist statue that was erected inside the Iowa Capitol. By the way, I'd like to point something out. They literally took out a bust of founding father Thomas Jefferson for this fucking garbage-ass Satanist bullshit here, dude. Fuck that shit. And fuck Sticks too, man. So this Gateway Pundit reported last week, after receiving permission from administrative authorities, Satanist Temple of Iowa set up a giant statue of a Baphomet among the other Satanist imagery as part of the holiday display inside Iowa's Capitol. In the report, it's revealed Michael Cassidy, a strong Christian and veteran, decapitated that bullshit statue and threw its head in the trash can. So Cassidy went on to record saying, the world may tell Christians to submissively accept the legitimization of Satan, but none of the founders would have considered government sanction of satanic altars inside Capitol buildings as protected by the First Amendment. No, they fucking wouldn't have. In fact, they would have set that fucking shit on fire, dude. And then the people behind it, they would have fucking burned at the stake. I'm gonna say it like it is right now, dude. And truthfully speaking, we need modern day Salem witch trials in this country. That's what we fucking need at this point, dude. It would make this country a hell of a lot better off, honestly, if we had that shit. Same thing with fucking mandatory tartan featherings and stuff. And it's as simple as that, really. Anyway. It's a cast. Oh, yeah, I said that part already. Okay, yeah, it says Satanic Temple of Iowa responded to their statue being destroyed by writing, "This morning, authorities informed us that our statue and our holiday display was destroyed beyond repair." Good, fuck you. It says press release continued. "We are proud to continue our holiday display for the next few days that we have been allotted. We ask that for safety, visitors travel together and use the 7 turrets as a reminder for empathy and the knowledge that justice is being pursued the correct way through legal means." Fuck you all, dude. Yeah, continuing their statement with "Hail Satan." Go fuck off, you little fucking cunts. These people need fucking exercise is what it is, dude. We need like mandatory exorcism in this country too, for that matter. Like supernatural style, where you just put the demon traps around everywhere, and then you just read a bunch of fucking Latin out of a book and stuff like that, and you just see the black smoke shoot these fuckers' mouths is what it is then, man. We'd be way better off as a country currently. Anyway, let's see. Said per Republic Sentinel, Michael Cassidy said a Christian and former military officer tore down and beheaded the Satanist altar erected in Iowa's capital. As a display provoked nationwide controversy, the Sentinel has exclusively learned members of the Satanic Temple of Iowa recently received permission to install the exhibit. They should have never received permission, by the way. Anybody that gave them permission right now should be fucking fired on the spot and charged criminally for pushing Satanist bullshit in this country, dude. So, anyway. So Cassidy said in comments exclusively provided to the Sentinel that he destroyed the shrine on Thursday in order to awaken Christians to the anti-Christian acts promoted by our government. So the world may tell Christians to be submissive, acceptive of legitimization of Satan, but none of the founders would have considered government sanction of satanic altars inside Capitol buildings. As protected by the First Amendment, anti-Christian values have steadily been mainstreamed more and more in recent decades, and Christians have largely acted like the proverbial frog in the boiling pot of water. Yes, we have, and that's the problem right now. So Cassidy was quickly celebrated by many users on X for destroying the Satanist statues. So this is Michael Cassidy. He's a devout Christian and former military officer. Michael just tore down and beheaded a Satan idol that was erected on Iowa's Capitol. Not all heroes wear capes. And then somebody else said, Justin, Christian former military officer Michael Cassidy, has destroyed the statue of the devil at the Iowa State Capitol, removed its head. Do you support his actions? And it was yes or no, and people were all saying yes, apparently. So, yeah, good. Fuck it. Fuck the fucking Satanist, dude, entirely. Fuck them right up the ass is what it is, dude. Anyway, go in the comment section here. It says, well, now, there's really going to get the left's goat. Well, I mean, they like to sacrifice goats there, too, don't they? So there you go. Anyway, trying to see if there's any other ones here worth talking about here. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, somebody else said none of the founders would have supported Satanist altar. No, they wouldn't have, dude. Like I said, they would have literally burned that shit at the stake, dude. As the witches they were at that point. So, they didn't fuck around back then. Hell, you would have had public duels back then, dude. Well, they just took people out and shot them in a fucking, public dueling is what it is then. So, yeah, somebody said this Michael Cassidy guy is like a modern day Saint Michael. Yeah, I would say so. All right, let's go to I'm going to go to that one post on X there where somebody said, do you support the guy's actions? Let's see what some of the comments here say. So this is the guy that destroyed the statue, by the way, right here. Nice beardsman. Says there are times when people stand up for what is right. I'm going to stop there right now. What is right, no matter what the cost. Mike knows this firsthand. Stop Christmas. Or they should stop Christmas. You're talking about my pillow guy there. Somebody said the man who tore down the statue is Michael Cassidy, former Christian military officer. Give this brave patriot a follow. This chick here said, yes, I not only support his actions, I applaud them. Let's see, go to more comments here. Good man. That was the actual statue being destroyed there. Good. Some dipshit said, no, I support the First Amendment. Again, Heather, where in the First Amendment does it say anything about fucking Satanism being okay? It doesn't. If you actually read the First Amendment of the Constitution, which we will right fucking now, First Amendment, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, which, by the way, Satanism is not religion. It's fucking demonic evil. or abridged the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. So that's one thing people always forget, by the way. The First Amendment is the redress of grievances thing, where you can literally just write out a fucking list of shit you've done wrong and go present it to their asses firsthand, which is what more and more of us need to do anymore. So, yeah, this person underneath that chick said, yes, I support it because the devil and evil should not be displayed as an altar in public spaces of a free country. Exactly. So, let's see what you got other people saying here. Let's see, we got absolutely. I wouldn't tear down any other traditional religious monument put up in good faith, but when it's literally a statue of Satan, the Antichrist, whose only purpose is to mock Christians, yes, tear it down. They're absolutely doing the right thing. Exactly. This person said, I do. If the last 6 years have shown anything, others can do this kind of thing. Why shouldn't we be able to do it too as well? Exactly, dude. And that's the thing. It goes back to the whole, fucking like double standard shit is what it is. We're seeing in our systems of court and everything else like that, dude. It's like, yeah, God forbid some right-wing guy tears down some fucking literal Satanist garbage. And they're like, oh no, burn him at the fucking stake. Yet meanwhile, you got some fucking left-wing turd destroying a nativity scene of Jesus Christ as a child, or, anything else for that matter. Them literally burning flags of, Israel, etc., and being declared fucking freedom of speech and shit like that, dude. It's disgusting. And somebody else said they should put Thomas Jefferson's statue back up in its place. Exactly. Because that was what was taken down anyway, was our founding father, dude. It's a bunch of bullshit entirely, dude. The government people in Iowa that let that shit happen to begin with should be ashamed of themselves and fired on the fucking spot. And it's as simple as that. They should all resign en masse, honestly. So, yeah, somebody pointed out here, it says, why was this at their capital to begin with? Exactly. That's what I'm saying, dude. Why in the fuck would you ever give permission to a bunch of literal fucking demon-worshipping little fucking cunts to put up any kind of bullshit, dude? In a Christian nation. A nation that was literally founded on Christianity, motherfuckers. You're talking about giving anti-Christianity a fucking voice. It's disgusting. Giving Lucifer, the man that betrayed God and was cast out of heaven because of it. Why would you ever give these fucking assholes any fucking voice? It's absolutely sickening, dude. That's pretty much all I got for today. I'll be back. Actually, before we go, we will talk about this now that we're down the rabbit hole and we're talking about Ohio anyway at this point. So we'll finish off with this one because we'll discuss this more tomorrow on Freedom Friday, which was Ohio Senate clears ban on gender-affirming care for minors, transgender athletes, and girls' sports. And as Gage Groomer said, huge, Ohio Senate has passed a bill banning so-called gender-affirming care on minors, meaning they can't fucking chop kids' dicks off anymore if they're men, or their tits off if they're little girls, as well as keeping biological males out of girls' sports. Now heads of Governor Mike DeWine's desk comes just 2 weeks after the Gays Against Groomers Ohio chapter leader, who is that person there, testified in support of this bill with several other detransitioners. At another win to the board, we will get this barbarism outlawed nationwide, one state at a time. I did not realize that there was a Gays for Groomers Ohio chapter. Well, guess who's going to be following that shit now? So, and not only am I going to be following that now, I'm going to be probably getting in contact with these people as well, for that matter. maybe doing a collaboration of some kind with them in the future. So, yeah. Yeah, I know that I believe Chloe Cole was one of the people that actually came into Ohio to discuss that piece of legislation and the fucking shit it was actually outlawing, which was literally the transitioning of minors using surgeries and hormone blockers and everything else like that. And that's what I think is crazy, though, right? Like to go down that road for half a second, here's what it is. The people like Allison Russo that are behind this, that I believe truthfully this woman is demon possessed legitimately. How the fuck are you going to be against kids, literal children, of which you even have some, you dumb cunt? How are you going to be against kids being told, hey, we're not going to allow you to cut parts of yourself off under the age of 18? You can't do it until you're a legal adult. Until you can make decisions for yourself as a legal adult. Like, what the hell kind of fucking retarded mindset do you have to be in to be like, no, it's totally okay for a fucking 10-year-old to chop their dick off or chop their tits off that they don't even have at the time because they don't even go through fucking puberty yet, you dumb bitch. You know, and that's even more disgusting, by the way, is these fucking sick fucks in the medical industry, dude, that will sit there and be like, oh, these little preteen girls that are 10, 11 years old, haven't even gone through puberty at all yet, barely have any breast tissue at all. Okay, that's cool. Let's go ahead and sign them up for some fucking double mastectomy now. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, you want to talk about demonic Satanism, pure evil shit, dude? That's what that shit is right there. Like, what the hell, man? Seriously. If this was 1776, their asses would be fucking ripped out in the street and tarred and feathered to death at that point. For even suggesting that stuff on children. You would have them put in torture racks and fucking, you know, stretched out until they were fucking ripped apart, basically. If it was like 1600s or whatever the case be, or 1500s, whatever that was when they did that shit back in the day. Like, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, there's a lot of, like, ancestry back in the day, you know, 300-400 years ago, whatever it was there, that they had some crazy-ass torture devices back then, man, that maybe should be brought back today is what it is, honestly. Because some of these fuckers clearly don't know the score anymore, man. And if they did, like, whoo, buddy. That's the thing. It only takes, like, one or two, man. And do that shit as, like, some kind of public stream or whatever the case be. And then bing, bang, boom, the other ones that would be trying that shit would shut their fucking mouths forever is what it is then. It'd just be like, I'll take jail time forever and over that shit. And yeah, that's all it would take, man. So, you know, a lot of it has to do with not having mental institutions in this country the proper way we used to. So, you know, when you have insanity being able to run wild for decades and get into office under the Democrat leadership and stuff like that, and a lot of Rhino leadership too, for that matter, you know, it's not that hard to figure out, man. So, anyway. But it is getting to be midnight, and I got stuff I got to do here in about 7-8 hours, so I'm going to go ahead and call it a day then, and we'll be back tomorrow. Well, I shouldn't say tomorrow. We'll be back later today is what it'll be. Sometime this afternoon is what it'll be then. For Freedom Friday, we'll discuss more about the detransitioning stuff. Hopefully by then, that asswipe Mike DeWine actually signs the damn thing into law then. And we'll actually get shit done the correct way then. I doubt it, though. Knowing his fucking old ass, probably know what fucking date is. Like, Biden doesn't know what fucking date is, honestly, dude. So it'll probably take DeWine like 2 or 3 weeks to figure it out, and then he'll fucking sign into place or something like that then. Or he'll just let it sit on his desk for like a month or whatever it is until it just becomes law naturally is what it'll be then. So It's not quite that long, but it's like, I forget exactly what the actual length it is now. It's something where if you, as a sitting governor, when a bill comes across your desk, it's like, I believe it's every day, Monday to Saturday, with Sundays being the exception. That's not considered like an actual day of like government business or whatever. And I want to say it's like, it's either 14 days or it's like maybe like 21 days or something. Or no, sorry. I believe it's 10 days is what it is. 10 days? 20 days. I don't know. It's somewhere between like 10 and 20 days, basically. But yeah, if he just lets it sit there for a couple of weeks, basically, it would just become law naturally, is what it would be then. Without a signature, is what it would be then. So, as long as he doesn't veto it, which is highly unlikely for him to do that, honestly. And the thing is, like, the problem with Dwayne right now, though, is that he has no real incentive to do anything right now because he's already been reelected for a second term and he's out of office after this, it'll be then. So basically, what we're going to now is going to be a situation of, does DeWine actually give a fuck enough to yeah, if he actually gives a shit enough to actually sign it into law or not, then. Bunch of fucking douchebags, you know, trying to be like, oh, fucking Biden is such a great guy. No, he's not. Dumbass trying to say he brought the economy back from COVID. Okay, that was just funny. Yeah, somebody was saying Democrats delivering, and it was some dude opening a train mid ride and just jumping out of the fucking thing on the platform and then falling and hurting themselves, basically. It's like, yep, sounds about right. Sounds about right. Ooh, what's this now? You got multiple emergency crews responding to a small plane that crashed on I-26 highway. Currently, numerous emergency personnel are responding to the agency. I-26 highway in Asheville, North Carolina. Said crashes occur that caused traffic on the highway to come to a stop. Reports from witnesses close to the scene say that the plane suddenly fell out of the sky and burst into flames upon hitting the highway. Currently unknown how many passengers were on board, if any survived. Jesus, that's awful. My condolences go out to any family that may have lost someone tonight in that plane crash there in North Carolina. So, yeah, man, that's all I can really say about it, honestly. Fucking crazy, man. Crazy, crazy, crazy shit, man. So, let's see here now. Huh. Oh, okay. So before we leave, we're actually going to talk about this one there that Gays Against Rumors was talking about here, which is it was basically the Munchausen by proxy thing, but it was a different thing. Now it's called Transheisen by proxy. It's a psychological disorder in which a caregiver, especially a parent, convinces or indulges a child's belief that they are in the wrong body and transitions them to their for their own outside validation. XE, a trans child is like a vegan cat. We all know who is making the decisions. That mom has a serious case of that transhuman proxy. So basically, it's just, yeah, it's essentially much how decision by proxy is what it really is. Honestly, it's just a different variation of that. That's what they're calling it now. So, not surprising though. But yeah, pretty wild either way. Anyway, though. Yeah, like I said, that's pretty much it, man. We'll be back, like I said, about probably, I don't know, 16, 17 hours from now, give or take, sometime this afternoon to discuss some things and stuff on Freedom Friday. So come back around for that one, y'all. And we will be back at you for that one later on. And other than that, that's about it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I will keep you guys informed on exactly what happens with this little punk-ass kid here in Ohio, and hopefully he gets charged with way more fucking charges than he's already been charged with, and hopefully the rest of them are all felony things at that point. He'll never see the light of day again is what it is then. So, anyway. Other than that, though, that is where we were at for today, and like I said, I'll be back tomorrow afternoon for the next Freedom Friday. Other than that, have a good one, y'all. Stay strapped or get clapped. Later.